Mate, not a bad weekend of racing at all. I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, plenty to look forward to, particularly the three throbbing 3-year-old colts in the Lightning Stakes. It's going to be an absolute bottler of a race. We also have Counter going around. The prodigal son.
God, that was that long ago that we talked about him. I forgot about him. $26 at the moment with the good people at Ned's. So I wonder what it'll be come race time. You'll probably be able to find out on our profiles.
You will, absolutely. So open up your Ned's app and check out our profiles. You can follow us in this weekend, Drifters. You can also do whatever you like with the good people at Ned's. Bet on the win, bet on the place, get weird and exotic. We've got the Ned's same race multi as well, so get involved this autumn with the good people at Ned's.
Yeah.
That was good. But what is gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, visit gamblinghelponline.org.au.
I need to ask you a question. Be curious, Drifters.
Allegron's won the Brisbane Cup, but it's all Antino. Blake Shin, take a bow. Barraquil, Benny Allen hasn't moved.
Broadside him, bobbed, won the Golden Rose.
Pride of Jenny, trying to find the reserves at the 100. She's 3 in front of Mr. Brightside. It's all too late. Pride of Jenny has run them into the night. Switzerland a big winner by 2.5 Bellatrix Star.
He's down, Jolly Star. She is a star in the making. Jolly Star bolts in.
It's all Isthmus. She's very smart and fast.
A little bit cursed, that intro, isn't it?
Maybe.
A little bit.
In general. Maybe we should just put slow ones up there. But then it's hard to get like the soundbite, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. We could just play... We could play sound bites from horses that are already immortalised. So, so you can't take from their legacy.
No. Because
It's just not fun, is it?
every other horse racing podcast does that. Every single one. So what's the point?
Yeah. Well, we're different, aren't we?
Well, we try to be.
Oh, we're just different, mate, because we pick way more winners than every other podcast.
Do we?
Yeah.
Do we?
Yeah.
Well, you mentioned Skybird's name, which was good.
I mentioned it, yeah. Like, she was in my numbers.
Yeah.
I thought she'd be a terrific lead-up run into the new market. And if you check out my Ned's profile, Drifters, there might be a ticket that I have for her in the new market at 50s. And I tell you one thing for free. She ain't that price now.
No. Let's have a look. If I can find it real quick with the good people at Ned's. Let's get rid of this other dross. So the new market handicap, Skybird is $8.
$8.
Good shopping, that.
Terrific shopping.
Well done.
Yeah. Terrific shopping. Did I think she was going to win yesterday? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. If I thought that, you know, she was more of a chance at that big price, I would have had a shilling on. I didn't have a shilling on. She just absolutely brained them. She was literally Mario Kart star at the end in the last sort of 50 metres.
Unbelievable sort of stuff. You know what makes it even more incredible?
Pulls up lame.
1 out of 5 lame after the race.
What? Mate, I reckon she had the talent. Like, I thought she was a talented mare. We've seen enough from her. Remember that win she had on Cox Plate Day 2 years ago? Or a year and a bit ago? And she had no right to win that race. She just has a devastating turn of foot, and I think Mitch Friedman, the young trainer, has figured out it's best reserved for 1,200 metres max and probably down the Flemington Straight. But you know what? It begs a question that I want to ask you. Where are our sprinting ranks at?
I have no idea. No idea. And sure, don't get me wrong, great win by Skybird. Who'd she beat at Moonee Valley that day? Gringzinger Bell, who's...
Not a bad horse.
But not Group 1 standard.
No.
Group 3 against her own age, her own sex, I would have thought. Karina Queen, Quickster, Captain Amelia, Perfect, Broadcaster, Aprilia, Nodachi, and Oceans of Energy. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah. Like, I hope she's beating those. But any horse that can defy the pattern, because there was a significant pattern that day. Always a big tick.
Massive tick.
Yeah.
Big tick.
Where are our sprinting ranks at? It's an interesting question that you pose, because I have no idea. Have these 3-year-olds come back a little bit worse for wear? Don't know. 1,000 metres, I don't think any of them are 1,000-metre horses, but neither's Skybird. So I'm like, I'm grade up. Stratton Angel ran second.
Benedetta ran third. But Benedetta, I always talk about this. She's just a really good mare, a good, honest mare. She's finished outside the top 4 once in her career. Drifters, and that was in the Stradbroke Handicap, and I have no idea why Jason Warren, the trainer, brought her up here for that after she'd won the Goodwood. There was no need to bring her up here. So that reeked of afterthought, and she duly ran 8th. But she's a good mare.
I'm using Marzu as the bit of a yardstick. So Marzu was beaten 4.5 lengths yesterday in conditions that I thought would have been more suitable to him. 1,000 metres probably not, but like I'm looking back at his prep in the spring, beaten less than a length in the shorts to I Am Me and Steffi Magnetica, beaten 0.2 of a length in the Premier Stakes by Airman, and he beat home Bella Nips. He was 5th in the Sydney Stakes, beaten 3 lengths to Overpass, Coal Crusher, Southport Tycoon. And they've been beaten in the Russell Balding, so the Think About It Stakes. He was beaten into 4th by 3.5 lengths behind Bella Nips, Lady Laguna and Sunshine in Paris. So I think it's just gone are the days of your dominant sprinter nature strip type. And it's almost like we're hoping for this 3-year-old crop to bolster up the ranks, but will they?
Don't know.
Growing Empire, what happened there? Bloody pinball machine.
Nothing in the...
No. They'll follow up with the stable. Nothing immediately after the race. Traffic Warden was fine, I think. Fractious in the barriers. He needs to sort his manners out. He's a naughty boy.
I think if he fails next start, he will continue racing as a gelding.
Could be the best thing for him.
Really could be.
Like, what's his progeny, So Street Boss colt by Efficiently. I'm assuming that horse had something to do with efficient.
Maybe. Well, Street Boss, as we know, is the sire of horses like Animo, horses like Another Will, horses like Pinstriped, and they're better out over further. But Traffic Warden in the yard looks like a sprinter. Like Animo didn't. Pinstripe doesn't. Another Will's a bit of a brute.
Yeah.
He's a bit of a brute.
Yeah, he is. I just, at that Group 1 standard at a mile, I have questions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, I think where Traffic Warden, it will be 1,200 to 1,400 metres. Like a real all-aged type, I reckon.
Yeah.
That could be his race this spring. This autumn, rather.
Yeah. That race just brings up so many questions. I guess at the same time as well, like 1,000-metre races and retrospectively, it's nice to talk about, but they're different. They're so different.
Yeah.
And also that day, like it was a cold, windy, wet day at Flemington. Not all horses like that.
Sure.
But at the same time, like honestly, I expected Switzerland to blow that field away.
Especially, and J-Mac is the best at talking up his mounts, right? But prior to the race, he said the rain probably actually assists him, which he's only run once on rain-affected ground, and he won. Albeit, I think it might have been his first or second start or something.
He's a Schnitzel colt, so usually they
get
through it.
Not all of them, but majority.
Yeah.
None better than our guy, Red Zell.
He fucking loved it.
Yeah, didn't he?
He loved it.
So, where are our sprinting ranks at? Frankly, I have no idea. Like, especially if the likes of I Wish I Win. Does Moods sit back and watch that yesterday? He's like, hang on a sec. Do the goalposts change here? Do we go for one more TJ?
It's a good question. It's a good question. And I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah.
I'm thinking back to the Everest, and I'm thinking, who out of this lot turns the tables on
Bella Nips.
Bella Nips?
Like, Private Eye will be going around again. You know what I mean? It's like...
Sunshine in Paris?
Yeah, maybe. But she's probably a bit more one-dimensional than Bella Nips. Like, she needs good ground. Probably a bit more brilliant than Bella Nips, but Bella Nips is just a bulldog. Like, she looks like a battle-hardened gelding in the yard.
She really does.
She's an absolute brute of a thing.
She is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Look, I think out of this race, like heading towards, what's the next big sprint? We've got the Oakley Plate. I wouldn't consider that a big sprint. The Newmarket's the next big one. And out of this race, it's like, well, I'm taking the winner. And aside from that, like, are you taking Stretton Angel into a Newmarket?
She is 1,100 metres and below Stretton Angel.
Are you taking Benny?
No.
That's what I mean. Like,
No.
So is Skybird the only one that you're taking out of this race?
She's lame out of the race, so probably not. Like, that's the thing, right? And that's where, hopefully, and I traditionally have an absolute... I don't think I've ever backed the winner in the Newmarket. Ever. Some races I feel like I have a mortgage on. Like, I'll run top 3 pretty much in the sliver every single year. Knock on wood. The Newmarket, I'm nowhere near it. Every single time. Nowhere near it. So if I'm looking at Switzerland at $5, he started $2.50 yesterday. Keep that in your minds. Growing Empire at 7s. Traffic Warden at 7s. Little bit of weight relief, but if it's run in March, the weight scale comes up a little bit probably. Sorry, I'm thinking weight for age. Handicap's probably a little bit different. But Traffic Warden would get weight off Switzerland anyway.
He would. So if you're Chris Waller with Switzerland and 3-year-old colt, he's won a Group 1. He's got to carry some more weight in the Newmarket, and you're thinking to yourself like, oh, do we go there? I don't know.
Like, can you forgive Mahaba for one bad run? And he's $21.
Absolutely, you can. What's he going to carry?
Yeah.
Fucking nothing. Airborne Mahaba. But that's a bet, though.
But he is the perfect description of where our sprinting ranks are at, because we're big Mahaba guys. He's been mentioned on this podcast numerous times
since he was a little baby boy.
But he is not. You said what's the next big sprint? The Newmarket Handicap. Mahaba, by definition, is not a big Group 1 sprinting horse.
No.
He's like a few years ago, he was probably Group 2 at best. But he's probably going to be in the finish of a Newmarket. You know what I mean?
I also think we've got a lot of horses at the moment who are, I think the 1,200 metres is just short of their best distance.
Jolly
Star, Magic Time.
Yeah,
immediately come to mind.
A few 1,400 metre contests.
Yeah.
That would be right up there, Ali.
Yep.
Thank God we have so many 1,400 metre Group 1s.
That aren't grand finals. They start off the year anyway. But look, I think Skybird was a dynamic winner. I've always thought she's got a lot of talent. I did not think that she'd win this race first up. So I'm stoked for Mitch Freedman, young trainer, does it all on his own. He's not related to the Freedmans. He's just a different Freedman. He's got 50 to 60 horses in work. That's his second Group 1 winner after attrition. Bro's been battling away for like 10 years. Good on him. Stoked for him. Johnny Allen.
He's back.
He couldn't believe his luck.
Yeah.
Couldn't believe his luck.
I think Switzerland was unlucky too. He just got cramped. And it's like, it was just a messy race. Like Channel 7, I shit you not, you probably saw it, Drifters, but they showed the replay like 20 times. And I was uncovering things every single time. I'm like, oh my God, what a mess. Absolute mess. But all credit to Skybird. Doesn't do her Newmarket chances any favours because she's going to get more weight now. But in a very winnable edition. It's a very even edition. Ray McNeary could feature in the Newmarket.
Which is ridiculous.
I know.
He's a Group 3 horse at best.
Yeah. Fascinating market. So anyway, that was the Group 1 Lightning Stakes. Let's go to probably the second feature of the day across the country. I would say it was probably the Apollo.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I didn't hear anyone say that it should be a Group 1, but a lot of them were saying, or Robbie Dolan was saying that apparently the jockeys were shocked that it wasn't a Group 1. It's like, steady on, guys. You know what I mean?
Steady on, Robbie. Win a bloody Melbourne Cup and you think you're king of the world. Hey?
Fangirl. She's back. That was good. That's what Fangirl does. First up,
1400 metres. I think she's an elite 1400 metre horse, not an elite miler. But the evidence would suggest. Dry deck.
So that'd be her 5th win over at 9 starts.
Yeah.
Only missed the trifecta once.
Over 1400 metres.
Yeah.
She's an elite 1400 metre horse. How many of those 1400 metre races were in Group 1s or Group 2s?
Be able to tell you. 4. That'll be a 5th yesterday.
Yeah. No, phenomenal win. I was not shocked to see her win at all. I think last prep, she didn't quite come up. She obviously had that injury the prep prior, so maybe it's taken her a while to wind up. The mares in this race were carrying 57 kilos, but Via Sistina had 57 kilos and Karen McAvoy on top. But that was a great return by her. That's what you'd expect to see, and she'll be hard to beat for the rest of her prep. I thought Cheerwolf was great as well.
Yeah. Never going to be... Cheerwolf is a real chestnut checkers type of guy. You know what I mean? Bigger fish to fry.
Yep.
Like, he's a grand final day horse, not like early prep.
No.
And his profile would suggest this. Now, Brad Tyson, 81 on the Instagram. Knock on Macca for the Via Sistina ride is a G-up. What was he meant to do? Fangirl, sprinter, the better sprinter at 1400 metres.
No, Brad's right. Absolutely. Yeah. Karen did not give her a bad ride in that race at all. Because, gee whiz, God forbid he had 3 absolute fucking shockers on the day. Mate, he had 2 shockers. Like, poor Karen. He was confident. He doesn't need us to give it to him. He was confident from left, right and centre. And for 2 of his rides, rightly so. Mate, his ride on Jolly Star was an absolute debacle. And I'm sure if he had his time again, he would do things differently. The first 600 metres of that Jolly Star race in the Expressway Stakes was one of the slowest at Randwick in the last 4 years. And if you look at all the other times around it, they're all on like heavy 8s, and that was on a good deck. It was farcical.
Well, I would pose this question then, because I didn't have that context, right? I haven't done any sectional data because we were preoccupied last night. If that's the case, 3 wide, no covers, arguably not a bad position to be in.
Yeah, but at the same time, if you watch that race, she's not comfortable walking like that. If he's restraining her to take her back to that position, he should just let her go and lead. Like, just lead on her. She might not be a natural leader, but if they're going that slow, and if she's trying to get into a rhythm, you just lead on her. In a field of 6, I talked about it on the podcast. In a field of 6, she drew the widest gate. I'm like, didn't like it at all. I thought she'd win the race. I had a bet on it, $2.60 or $2.80 or something, which I was like, that's reasonable for her. But was not confident. Was not that confident because he just has little patches where I just couldn't possibly. I couldn't possibly. And he's right on the United States in the 2-year-old race was not much better. He did the exact same thing. And the horse faded. I'm not saying the horse is a superstar at all, but it's like, do you think you're giving your mount every possible chance doing that? Absolutely not. If I was the owners of United States, which is Coolmore, Australia, and if I was watching that race, I'd be like, well, why you just literally butchered this colt's prep, his 2-year-old prep. Where to from here for him? I'd be furious with him. It was a terrible, terrible ride, poor Karen. Yeah, it's such a shame because he had a great year last year.
Yeah, but again, like, what is he supposed to do from the widest barriers each time?
Not that. Not that. Like, but sometimes though he'll have an inside gate and he'll drag him back to last. That's what I mean. Like it's almost like he's overthinking it and trying to force something that's just not there. Like I know for a fact J Mac, if he had those mounts, he would not be doing that. I just know for a fact that he wouldn't. He'd be like, okay, I'm just going to take this thing back. I'm just going to get it comfortable into a rhythm, find some cover. If that's further back than what I initially planned, so be it. If I drive and miss at the end, it's like, well, is what it is. Like, don't force the issue, brother. He's right on Via Sistina. If anyone's knocking that, it's just like, you're delusional. That was fine. There's nothing. He did nothing wrong in that ride.
Arguably, JC had a better ride on Fangirl. Probably won the race.
Yeah. Yep.
Because she sat about midfield.
Yep.
Is that right?
Yep.
Which Fangirl can't do every time.
No.
Kieran had a good ride on Inhibitions, which I was furious about.
Yeah,
Furious.
it's so funny. He has this absolute shocker on Jolly Star, and then just comes out and salutes, and you're like, oh, that was a pretty good resumption from commemorative. It's like, oh no, it was Inhibitions. the long price Godolphin thing. I feel for James Cummings at the moment, mate. He's having a shocking run.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Do we have some data to back that up?
I'm going to look at it right now.
Yeah. Kundalini was lame out of the race as well. She just never got into it.
Of course she was, because I had money on her.
Clear thinking, just a long sustained run. And behind Kundalini, that horse didn't take her into the race. So I think she's done super to go so close. So if she does end up going towards that country championship, as you kind of said, well within her grasp, I think, that race. So yeah, Magic Time was in the Jolly Star race was surprised me, to be honest. I'm really happy to see it. Held up, burst through when she got the run, then went whooshka. Good to see.
Really good to see. Yeah.
That taxing all age might have been right. Fangirl just wasn't quite right in the spring. Bring her back for a nice autumn. Maybe we're seeing the same with Magic Time.
She's a mare we've always had a lot of time for, both of us. She's a good mare. And for her to sprint at the end of a fastly run race like that was good to see. And you'd imagine, where would she go to now? Like a Canterbury Stakes, 1,300 metres, all age probably again. Yeah. She could win both of them.
Yeah, she'll stay in Sydney. That's for damn sure.
Yep.
Because if there's rain about, it does assist her chances big time.
Graham Begg, one of the most underrated trainers in the country.
Absolutely. He's fantastic.
Great trainer. Yeah. Like he's one of those ones where if he's got a horse that's in the market in a big race, I'm confident. He gets them right on the day more often than not. Graham Begg.
Yep.
And there's others that don't give me that same confidence.
But the ones that have like 7 runners or
So James Cummings is actually not too bad. Like he's winning at 12% at the moment in New South Wales Metro. That's not too bad. I think maybe we just have high expectations of Godolphin.
Oh, yeah. Well, he had a winner yesterday, but maybe it's like You compare that to like Wednesdays and Saturdays. Maybe he just hasn't had as many on a Saturday.
Yep.
Similar to Kieran. You know what I mean? It's like his metro strike rate might be okay, but he'll be getting a shit ton of them on a Wednesday.
Let's have a look at how Karen's going. Get in. So, if you look at his stats, he had a winner yesterday. He's winning at 9%. New South Wales Metro this season. So, like, it's not that bad. Like, I'd be concerned if it was like 6 or 7%. Yeah. But yeah, just doesn't fill me with a lot of confidence, Karen.
All right, let's end on the 2-year-olds. So let's keep talking 3-year-olds for a sec. Lady Shenandoah. Ooh, arrogant win that.
And she was a bit naughty as well.
Yeah. Apparently she's a bit cantankerous, which I don't mind.
Some of the best ones are. Some of the best ones are. Mm-hmm. Very elegant, apparently, was a massive bitch.
Apparently. Hey, you could see it.
She would have been a prick to ride.
She was throwing her head around all the time, and she'd still win by 3. So, yeah, Lady Shenandoah, the Schnitzel filly, chalked up another loss for Lady Camelot.
We know where she's at. We know where Lady of Camelot's at.
And
2-year-old.
Residual fitness, or she was, 4 weeks between runs, trialled up nice. This was her opportunity, this prep, to get another win. Because I'd imagine where do they go to from here? Because are they going to go, all right, we're going to stick for the 3-year-old path, which I don't think is her cup of tea, or we're going to go to the sprinting range, which, albeit they are dross from the outside, I don't think she's good enough to win.
She's very one-dimensional horse, isn't she?
Yeah.
Running second in that race as a 3-year-old who's won the Golden Slipper, is phenomenal. So many of them turn into absolute dog shit after that. But we know where she's at. Whereas the horse in that race to back, and we were talking about this on the podcast, was Lady Shenandoah because she's doing this. Resumes like that, bang, she's a Schnitzel filly. I would imagine that she doesn't want to go much further than a mile. Yeah, and then you look at that surround stakes and whatnot for her. Her, Aliana, Autumn Glow. Chris Waller has some smarties, but she might be the best one.
Well, I think there was a question, actually, from Brad Tyson again. Are Waller's 3-year-old fillies the best crop of all time and trained by one trainer? Is crazy. It is crazy.
It is crazy, Brad. Is it the best 3-year-old crop of all time? Nah. Off the top of my head, I couldn't tell you a better one, though. Yeah. Because,
well, the best 3-year-old crop I've seen is the Yes, Bivouac.
Exceedance. Yeah.
But they were all colts.
So sprinting colts as well.
So fillies, maybe? Not sure.
Not sure. We'll have to go back and check.
We also have to see Aliana come back and do it again as well, which I have confidence that she will. Autumn Glow had a bone chip, so, I'm very keen to see her in a vinery.
Yep.
That's her race.
Yep. I think she's the stayer out of them, being by the Autumn Sun. We saw that literally his first crop of fillies were just winning Oaks left, right, and centre, and derbies. His first crop. Good to see. He was a very good boy, the Autumn Sun. Very good boy. I hope his penis is doing okay. She's the stayer. I think Aliana, Fangirl 2.0, that miler, well, the 1400 metre horse, actually, and Lady Shenandoah is probably going to end up being the sprinting one out of all of them.
Yeah.
They're sharp fillies.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Aliana is very good, but your heart, it's going to be Fangirl sort of stuff. Heart in your mouth sort of stuff, where Lady Shenandoah looks to be a bit more proactive.
Yep.
So just take that into consideration. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Now, in Melbourne, there was a couple of dross 3-year-old races. The Desirable Stakes, Killer Cap for Graham Begg, another 3-year-old filly, it was a fine win. I wouldn't define it as like ground breaking, but the CS Hayes 1400 metre Group 3 for the Colts and Geldings. Now, you said the name Sepples on the podcast on Wednesday, and I was texting you. I'm like, well done, mate. This thing just looked so good in the yard. Big black gelding, black shin, and you were saying, there's a reason why black shin's stuck with this thing. And then I scrolled down into 9th. Henline is where you landed. What happened?
Oh, I just overthought it. And you know what it is for me? Like, with all due respect to Sepples, in this 3-year-old brigade, I'm always drawn to the ones that still have their nuts. Like I'm like, no, I want to see a colt win. Yeah. So, of the colts, Henline was the one that I was keen to be on. It ran like absolute dog.
Didn't handle the ground apparently.
Yeah, okay. Mark's been a bit quiet recently, actually, but he doesn't give a shit unless it's a big grand final day.
Exactly. So, like Oakley Plate Day or something, he'll win the Blue Diamond.
Yeah, on a $20 pop. Yeah, for Kieran Mark. Like that's what he'll do. Yeah, I love you, Mark. That was a really smart win, and he had obviously fitness on his side, but he also absolutely brained them and was getting away from them. Like, he's a threat in the Aussie Guineas.
Yeah, out of nowhere.
Yeah,
it's like again.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I don't know. It's just because the Australian Guineas is easily the inferior of the two.
It's no Randwick Guineas. It's no Caulfield Guineas.
So they have split it this year. So the Australian Guineas is on the 1st of March and the Randwick Guineas is on the 8th. So I was looking at the Australian Guineas market. Sepples is into $7. Now, I'm assuming that would have been about 20 to 30 before the race. Angel Capital at $4.40. Now, I'd say there'd be a slight query at the mile for him. Then you have the likes of Linebacker, Private Life, Savaglee, Point and Shoot, who gives me a lot of interest, but will they just keep him in Sydney for the Randwick Guineas?
I think he'll be aimed at a Randwick Guineas and then a handicap mile.
Donny. Okay.
With no weight.
Ndola, Royal Insignia, Henline $12. Sorry. That's ridiculous.
That is.
So,
I thought Gold Rush Guru was good for a horse who's looking for further.
Market loved him. Smashed him. Big time.
He looked phenomenal in the yard.
So Gold Rush Guru, I can't even see in Australian Guineas market. Interesting.
That is interesting.
So, yeah, we'll see. But more questions than answers, I would have thought, with this 3-year-old crop.
Yeah, I think Angel Capital's a smart horse. But $4.40 is no gift, that's for sure.
Okay. Now, the Talon Dirt Stakes. It's a dead heat.
Yeah. How's that?
Yeah. There you go.
How's that?
Anthony and Sam Freedman getting a winner for Godolphin. Sorry, James. They
look, they're a reliable set of hands with the 2-year-olds for Godolphin down there. Very reliable.
I feel like they have more this year, though.
You reckon?
Yeah. Yeah, big time. Like, I think they have way more than what they have in previous years. Sword of Legacy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like 330 market support.
Yep. This is a very average crop of 2-year-olds. Very average crop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
like these aren't even P graders, mate.
Okay. Now let's get to Sydney so I can give myself some flowers.
Now, if we're talking about elite 2-year-olds, mate, like in all seriousness, like that was a performance.
Shaggy, we're talking about.
Shaggy. I'm a big fan of Adam, the trainer.
Alan
Keir. Sorry, mate. Interviewing him before the race. Oh, the name Shaggy, is that a reference to Mr. Bombastic? Maybe Shaggy out of, Scooby-Doo. No. It's because before his gelding operation, he was very interested in the ladies. He was a bit of a shagger. So that's why he's called Shaggy. He said this on national television. I was like, I really like this horse. Mate, he like led him up, did all the hard work at a good clip, and was getting away from him, mate.
Yeah,
like I ended up jumping on Peloton, and like he loomed up to just zoom past him, and he just couldn't keep up with him. And then when you see like horses like Comedy come from the back and launch, you're like, okay, well there was a true pace in this race, but Shaggy did it easy. He's a serious horse.
Yeah.
You don't win many over 800 metres by that far, do you?
No. Six lengths at 800. So immediately that piqued my interest. And then, he was giving the rest of them 3 kilos. So he had a little bit of weight relief here. So it was definitely in his favour. But Adam Hippopotamus, sorry, he actually rode half a kilo over as well. So Comedy had 57. So it's only half a kilo gap there. So, but 2.5 lengths. Like, ease up on the line sort of stuff. Like, yeah, this is a fast horse.
He's a fast horse.
Tricky draw too. Like it would have been 7 of 10, so neathering the outside. This horse draws barrow 3 in a slipper. Like, it's going to give him something to chase.
Mate, he's a serious horse. And Adam Hippopotamus is the right jockey for him. Stormboy 2.0, like you said. And it's probably because of where this horse is from, why it gives me this vibe, but Rothfire.
Yeah.
Like, just gelding.
Yeah.
Just from the country, like obviously Robbie Heathcote's like a big trainer. He's no Alan Keogh, but just front runner and was just really fast before his injury. God bless him.
Yeah.
God bless you, Rothy. He was just so fast. He's a fast horse, mate.
Yeah.
And I love the story.
Yeah. Shaggy.
By Sandbar. Who is that?
It's the year to do it.
It is, mate. And you know what? Like, you read all the names in this race, like the trainers, Godolphin, James Cummings, the Freedmans, Johnny Sargent, Annabelle and Rob, Chris Waller, like the Snowdens, well, just Snowden, like Snitzel, Written Tycoon, Wood on Bassett, So You Think, Zoostar, Snitzel, like. This is the cream of the crop. This is the people who go to the Magic Millions every year and drop millies on horses in the hope of having one good enough to win the slipper. And Shaggy's like, nah, fuck yous. I'm just a really fast horse. You love to see it. And imagine him winning the slipper. He's a gelding. Mate. Like collective sigh by all the breeders, all their connections. It's like, yeah, like people at Devo when a filly wins the slipper.
I know.
Imagine a gelding. That's a massive fuck you.
That used to love to fuck.
Yeah, he can't anymore.
No,
Shaggy is shagless. I'm a big fan.
Yeah,
really big fan.
Yeah,
of this horse.
So you're welcome,
mate. And you are right though. Like he opened at like 5s or 6s. Yeah, and it's like the bookies were like, no, he's putting some shit on the clock. Like, yeah, we need to treat bro with some respect.
But the big boys, I would imagine, went into, I don't know who the
Peloton got crunched.
Oh,
mate.
205.
Got crunched. Wow. I got like 250 or 260.
Yeah,
he got crunched, mate.
Crazy. So you got a price about the Shagster.
Yeah.
$8 on my profile. Furious with myself because I didn't get on in the Golden Slipper market. I completely forgot.
Mate, I don't think he was even in the slipper markets because he's not nommed. So I don't even think he was in there, mate.
Well, he's into $21 now.
That's still a backable price because you know where he's going to be.
He was. I remember seeing it. He was $61 in Slippers Markets.
Oh, right. I didn't think he was in there.
No, I 100% mentioned that on Wednesday because I'm furious that I didn't get on.
Yeah.
So congratulations to you if you did get on, but he's in 21. He's into $21 last time I checked. That might have changed, which is still backable. Actually, he might be shorter than that. Actually, he might be about 15. So I did write it down. I think comedy is actually around that $21 mark in the slipper, which I think he'll appreciate getting out to $1,200 too.
Yep. I like comedy. He's a good colt. So there'll be is it the Todman? Is that the last 1,200 metre lead up, like 2 weeks before?
Yeah.
Is it the Todman? I think
maybe.
So, like, I hope the Shag Start goes around there because no doubt Wotan will probably be in that race, and then it's like, all right, bro, let's see what you're really made of. Like, if he does the same thing there, it's like, well, there's no reason why he can't win the slipper, and that would just be absolutely hilarious.
Yeah. So Shaggy's 15s in the slipper. Comedy's at 26s now. 26s for comedy. I think that's a bet.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that was a smart run.
Yeah.
Smart run.
Yep. Wotan obviously is the number one seed, but Team Shaggy.
Yeah. Same here now. I couldn't believe, mate. He put him through the mixer yesterday. They couldn't keep up with him.
Yeah,
it was unbelievable.
Let fast horses run fast.
Let fast horses run fast.
Yeah. Now, I'm just checking across the program to see if there's anything else that we missed. I don't think so. I think that's about it, mate.
Yeah, there's a few horses that are sort of doing a bit of this that won yesterday. Like Revelair in the first at Flemington, he's a pretty smart horse, like probably a black type level horse. I thought Yorkshire was good yesterday at Randwick. In race 4, benchmark 88, but he was good. So there's a few like, 4-year-old geldings that are doing a bit of this, and maybe they can sort of aim towards the group type races later on in the autumn, or maybe they're more spring prospects. But it's not all doom and gloom, mate. It's not all doom and gloom.
No, never is.
Never is.
Never as good as it seems. Never as bad as it seems.
Absolutely.
All right. So the Blue Diamond, $8 the field. I can get around that. So come race day, I'm hoping for $5 the field. That'd be fantastic. Field of play, not nominated at 8s. My Gladiator and Palm Angel at 8s. Blitzberg at 11s with Cherish Me. Wotan at 12s won't be there. Tempted at 13s. The Playwright at 15s with Tycoon Star. Devil Knight, Wiltshire Square at 17s. Oof. Yeah.
Geez, open edition. My Gladiola, absolutely forgive her last start, and if anything, now you're getting a better price. She's $8. And Devil Knight, the Yulong horse I was talking about last start, he's at 17. So the two for me that I'll be sort of honing in on.
Now, the Futurity, 1,400 metres. I'm assuming this one is weight for age as well.
Yep, it is.
Okay. Mr. Brightside, $1.90. I Wish I Win, $4.80. Tom Kitten, 12s. Stapati at 13s. Angel Capital at 15s with Pericles and Private Life. Gringotts, 21s with Pinstriped.
Interesting. Mr. Brightside's obviously very short, and he's a logical one. Interested to see how I Wish I Win goes. First up over 1,400 metres. They're aiming him over further trips this prep, or are they?
He can run on a bit.
He sure can. I'll put my hand up, and I said that plenty of times last prep.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be a Group 1. Like, reading through this market, that's pretty dog shit.
Oakley Plate, 1,100 metre handicap. Estriella, $3.20. You can have her.
That's short.
Mate, she's a Group 3 sprinting mare at best. Estriella. Now
If you're looking at this market, this is a Group 3 market.
Yeah.
which is why she's the favourite.
Yeah, that's true. I'm me, who got scratched from yesterday's edition going here. She'll probably be the top weight, I'd imagine. I'm me.
Yeah. Yep.
Like she's a couple of times she's won Group 2s or Group 3s. So Ray McNurio, who actually, now that I think about it, this would be his grand final, probably not the Newmarket, I'd say. Espionage, Straka at 10s, could get interested there. Jimmy Starr just absolutely flies around Caulfield. She's bulletproof at 11s. Golden Boom at 12s. My girl, Arabian Summer at 15s with Benedetta and Skybird. They won't be heading there.
No.
It's a few. I can have a decent bet in this race, I reckon, on a couple.
Yeah. Again, like, really tricky because what's the final field actually going to look like? There's so many in this market with good people at Neds who definitely aren't going to be here. So interesting to see what the final market looks like. But yeah, I think I'll be value hunting in that race. That's for sure.
But yeah, but it was a good day yesterday. Good day. Nice succulent meal last night.
Geez, that was a good steak.
Yeah, it was
Really good.
good mustard, good bacon, good sprouts,
Great sprouts.
good mash.
Red wine was delicious.
The Guinness was great. So
Yeah, big Guinness guy.
yeah,
Big Guinness guy.
love splitting the G. Yeah.
Yeah, when it comes out in a branded glass, which was not the case last night, I wasn't happy with that.
No. No.
It's like,
Come on,
guys, if you got it on tap,
Yeah. Come on,
if you got it on tap, you got to have the
Guys.
branded glasses. Come on, guys.
guys. Come on.
What is this establishment? So you taking that off our bill, or you're not? Oh, jeez, okay.
But yeah, we will be back on Wednesday in your ears, on your screens.
We're doing this
Yeah.
into the autumn.
Yep. Sorry, we're a little bit fragile today, so we're not answering all your questions. Or we could answer a few now.
I'm not sorry at all.
Okay, we're not answering questions. We answered a couple. See you later.
Peace and blessings.